Hey, what's going on, you guys? JPV Productions here. I have not fallen off the face of the earth. I'm back. It's been a while since I've made a YouTube video, but I'm back. So for this video, I'm going to talk about having 16-year-olds on Survivor. So as we've clearly seen from Jeff Probst in the reunion in his garage, he wants to do a tribe of teenagers. What? What? Okay, hold on. We gotta stop the brakes here. 1 second. I would love to be on this season. I would absolutely love to be on this season. Absolutely. I would love it. I've been a fan of Survivor forever, and I don't feel like applying multiple times again on the show. I'd rather just make it be easy, get on the show immediately. So I really want to get on this season, but if I don't get on this season, I don't want to watch this season. I don't want this to be the theme if I don't get cast for it, for a few reasons. Okay, well, for one, these are people who are very young, and if they're mixing them with adults, which it's not going to be a whole season of teenagers. No, Jeff Probst said on Cameo, in someone's Cameo, that he wants to do a tribe of teenagers. So, he doesn't want to do a whole season of teenagers. He either wants to do a 10-person tribe of teenagers or a 6-person tribe of teenagers and have it be 3 tribes of 6. But the problem with this is that you can't have a 16-year-old girl on an island with an elderly person, an older person. It can't happen. Which is why in order for something like this to work, they're going to have to be very creative about it. They're going to have to maybe do some sort of Survivor Palau-esque kind of thing where they have no merge or swap. So there's no swaps, they're not with each other, and then there's no merge either. So then it would be like it would be constantly tribal immunity, and when someone loses, they have to vote somebody out, and then when an entire tribe is extinct, then they're extinct and the other 2 tribes are left, and then they compete in tribal immunity until somebody's gone, and then they just keep competing. And then once it's an entire tribe left, then they duke it out. So that's kind of what I was thinking they could do for this sort of teenage season in order not to have teenagers and adults merge together. It's a big of a problem. It's a problem with the whole Dan Spilo fiasco. That can't have a repeat of that. We just can't. We just can't. It's gonna end the show. It's gonna cancel the show. Somebody is gonna sue. So in order for them to do this correctly, they have to be very creative about how they do it. They can't just do it some normal way or like a normal season. They're going to have to be very creative about how they do it. So we're talking about season 43 or 44 here. They're not looking for season 41, 42 teenagers. That's not, they already have the cast locked. I did a video about what I think season 41 speculation could be. Season 42, I'm sorry, YouTube, JP Production subscribers, I have no idea what season 42 is going to be. Zero clue. There's no information anywhere. The only thing I've seen is that it could be a second chance season. But I know that's not true, because then Martin Holmes comes out on Twitter and says it's going to be 2 seasons, being 41 and 42 of all newbie seasons. So season 41 and 42, I don't know, but we're talking about 43 here and the opportunity of getting teenagers on the show. So what most people think, and I don't think this is the case, but everybody seems to think this. I have to speak my mind, and I have to say what I think. I do not agree with this, but every single person, almost, thinks that they don't want to do a tribe of 17 and unders, of 16 or 17-year-olds. They want to have younger people in the casting pool so that when they are of age, they can be on the show. No, that's not what it is. That's not what it is, because, okay, let me make this clear. It says on the casting website that they're going to film season 43 in late April or early May of 2021. So I'm 16. I just turned 16. Well, I didn't like just turn 16, but when they started casting 16-year-olds, I had just turned 16. So I applied the next day. I applied immediately. And it said that you must be 16 or over to apply. So if you just turned 16, you can apply, but all of a sudden you can't be on the show. Because listen about this. This is the thing. If you just turned 16 and you applied on the day after the finale when Jeff said, we're looking for 16, 17, 18, 19-year-olds, in a year from then, which is when they would do filming, they would be 17, not 18. So they are looking for a tribe of teenagers. Jeff Probst he said, I want to do a tribe of teenagers. And when he says teenagers, he doesn't mean a whole tribe of 18 and 19-year-olds. He means a whole tribe of 16, 17, 18, and 19-year-olds. That's what they want to do. I know it. It's a given fact. So that's what I think about an all-teenager season. Or at least to incorporate some teenagers. So what I would kind of wonder, though, is the physical aspect of all of it, you know? It's hard. Survivor is hard mentally and physically. And what I would wonder is how they're going to be given food rations, how big the food rations are going to be, what will be done for them, what are some things adults can do very maturely on an island that teenagers can't. So what would they do for teenagers that would be a bit easier? I don't know. Is it going to be like Survivor Fiji where, you know, Moto gets all the luxuries and camp life is basically a 5-star resort as if it was Survivor? So that's like the 5-star resort of Survivor is the Moto Beach. Is it going to be like Moto versus Ravu where like the teenagers get luxury and the Ravus who are all adults get nothing? Is that kind of what we're going to see here? I would love that if I played Survivor and it was easy. But if I don't get cast, I'll be very bitter if I'm watching somebody to have a certain advantage. I really hope I get chosen. I applied. The only problem with my YouTube, my application video is that it's almost 10 minutes long, and it says that 3 minutes is the limit. So, well, it didn't say that, but it said it should be. It shouldn't go over 3 minutes, or else it'll probably demote your chances. So maybe that's a problem, but I hope I get on the show. So there's a few other things that are concerning, not just for 43 and 44, but also 41 and 42. Location. And I feel like I should talk about this a little bit more in this video, because 41 and 42, I do not have much information on it. 41, okay, Jeff's talked a little bit about it, which I'll get to that. But the big thing that confuses me is essentially the location of how they're going to do this. Where are they going to do this? Where are they going to film? Because COVID-19 is spreading, okay? Okay, this is the first video I've made since this pandemic started. And it's not a laughing matter. It's serious. This is all serious, and it's getting worse and getting better in some places. It's a roller coaster when you look at the statistics of each day, how many cases there are. It's like one day it's at 700, then 1,000, then 1,400, then 800, then 1,600, and it's a roller coaster of the stats, which means production can't predict how they're going to do this. So anyway, there's rumors. There's like, oh, Survivor will be able to go to Fiji. Yeah, they can still do it. It would just be a bit of private situation. No. Season 41 and 42. Okay, just what Jeff said. Jeff Probst said, we are committed to be back in the fall. I'm like, really, Jeff Probst? You are? So immediately when he said that, I knew, like, okay, either Jeff's a liar, and Survivor is going to the Mamanuca Islands for season 41, but we are not getting Survivor in a really long time. Or they want to do it locally, and they are going to do it in, like, St. Croix or Atlanta or Wyoming, you know. Please, not Wyoming. No, please, no, not Wyoming. I mean, at least as long as we get Survivor, I love Survivor, you know. As long as we at least get Survivor, then it would probably be okay. But Survivor, I think that if it has a good cast, it'll have a good season. So the location doesn't matter as much to me. So I don't know exactly where Survivor is going to go for season 41 and 42, but Jeff Probst said that they're committed to coming back in the fall. So either they're going to stay locally in the U.S., film somewhere in the U.S., or they're going to do Survivor Zoom. I hope that doesn't happen, but I disagree. Like, some people think that's not likely. It's just production would never do that. I think they might, because the reunion was done on Zoom. So what I think about Survivor Zoom, they really have to make sure they have a good cast, interesting twists, and make you feel as much as possible like you're actually watching it in Fiji. That's the best that they can do. So as for season 41 and statistics I have about, or information I have about it, this is what I know. It's an all newbie season. Fire tokens are back. The Edge of Extinction is not. We're not going to see the Edge of Extinction for a while. I don't know how long a while is. I would love to play with the Edge of Extinction twist because it would give me a chance, 35 days for free, of safety without being permanently out the whole time if you don't raise the sail. But watching it, I don't mind it as much as most people do, the Edge of Extinction twist. I definitely think maybe I would change some stuff, like maybe if only the people that made it to the merge get to be on the jury, or maybe if it's just for the merge and it's just a fun twist and they just do it in the pre-merge, that would make it maybe slightly better, but not like extremely better. So I think there are some ways how to change the Edge of Extinction so that fans don't really have as much of a problem with it. But I don't mind Edge of Extinction as much as most people do. I like everything to do with Survivor. It's my favorite show. So I don't really have much complaining about it. But that's for season 41. So like I said, it's an all newbie season. Fire tokens are back. The Edge of Extinction is not. It will not be filmed in Fiji. It'll either be filmed in the US or on Zoom. And this is what Survivor wants to do. Jeff Probst said, I think it was when they did the premiere night in LA where they filmed the premiere early. Jeff Probst says, for season 41, we want to do this complex math idea. Now, I didn't really read much into that, but I was like, okay, what does he mean by that? Like, what are you going to do? Are you going to have, like, somebody buying stuff with fire, like have a fire token and then purchase a math equation, and if they can solve that math equation before sundown, they get a safety without power / peace out advantage / Houdini advantage? You know, is that how it's gonna work? Or is it something a bit more complex than that? And then when Jeff says a complicated math idea, he literally means like a bit more scientific. You know what I mean? Like, if it's just, like, a simple would be called Survivor Math Island, but complicated would be, like, a bit more of a shift in how they make the whole game and mathematically how it works. But I think it's going to be a little bit more simple than that. Also, Jeff Probst has said this many times. You've probably heard of this. He said that, if you are a Survivor fan, he said that he wants to expand the societal aspects of Survivor. So he wants to make it so that there is Survivor as its own economy as much as possible. So we have the token that represents money, economy. We're all going to agree that this has a value. But he wants to expand the society. So, honestly, I don't think it's missing much. I think maybe like having a mayor or a leader or a president could be what he means. Somebody who has more than just a vote in terms of power, has more than just a free idol, or he has more power in the game, like more than just, okay, so like not just a vote or like an idol that's given to him right off the bat, but he'll have like more power. Like with this idol, he could give it to somebody else in the game and get fire tokens back. He could use those fire tokens for something that's going to help him or her. So what I was thinking, though, for this president idea, somebody gets elected, like, day one, and then they're just safe until 5 people are left in the game. They come back into the game when 6 people are left, and then they just play. But before that, they're the ones who are ultimately sending advantages to the game and then selling them for fire tokens, and then those fire tokens give the mayor something that gives them value. So like food or an idol if they go back into the game, or an advantage when they go back in the game. Something like that. So I was thinking they might add some president to the game, or a mayor to the game. if they want to expand society. But other than that, I don't really know what Survivor's missing in societal ways. I don't really know. But as for that, that's kind of all we know about season 41 and 42. 42 as well. I think 41 and 42 are not filming in the Mamanuke Islands, either via Zoom or they're going to be filmed locally, like St. Croix, Atlanta, or maybe Wyoming. I don't think Wyoming is too likely, but it seems like St. Croix is the location that they're talking a lot about, and there's a lot of rumors revolving around them going to St. Croix for filming. So that's about it. That's how I feel about allowing teenagers in the show and what I expect for season 41 and 42. I'm JP Productions. See you guys.